That's the Imperium's going to turn to the Third Reich now. But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit. And then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you.
Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you're fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking.
We actually follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
This guy just say fucking forehead. What? This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad? What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. the Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
Yo,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way. Poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking
God.
bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
He posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his cast and it says justice on it. and then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a
Fucking intro set up. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It is time for your second dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I am the Outlaw of Long Island, Zach Droll. As always, I'm here joined by my illustrious panel of co-hosts. To my right, we have Mr. Marathon Mike. Down below, we have the Goon Christian. And today, technically it would be the day after, it'd be a Thursday, but I'm not sure when we officially started the injection. But today is our 3-year anniversary of doing the Pro Wrestling Injection, from being the AEW Injection on the Sports Hit List, then being Pro Wrestling Injection, then transitioning over into our own thing here on our own respective channels, because we kind of need to be on our own respective channels, to be fucking honest. I'm also just gonna need to test the audio so I can hear.
I should have been doing that for you, but my bad.
Well, no, sometimes my microphone, it's either low or it's not low, or it's high or it's... I don't know anymore, but we will figure it out. So, 3-year anniversary of us, 3 years of absolutely crazy bullshit, funny moments. I'll put together a clip package, probably not. Go back into our archives. Save me the 20 hours of editing. But, so, we're just going to talk about some news. Christian, kick us off with
yeah.
what
So
happened?
first off, a lot of it's primarily from the media scrum post WrestleDream, but the stuff that wasn't, we finally got reports of where Jade Cargill's gonna go. When she heads up to the main roster in WWE, she will be on the Raw roster, so she will be on Raw, and she's going to be bypassing NXT. They're already working on creative for her, and basically, she's going to be a Raw superstar. Also, she is going to be at Fastlane this Saturday. So, well, she's going to be flown in for. She's being flown in for the show, so I don't know if she's going to actually be on the show.
I do some
But
pre-tapes.
she could stare down Becky Lynch, because Becky has like this open challenge storyline going down right now. So we'll see how that goes. Also, Billy Starks has officially signed with AEW. She has confirmed within an interview today. Makes sense. She's all over Ring of Honor with Athena. She's gotten official T-shirts and all that types of thing. So she yeah. So that wasn't really a surprise. I was just waiting on that one to happen. However, also we had a note that was actually, so this is mostly the scrum stuff now, but Tony was asked about Katsuhiko Nakajima, who we mentioned last week, who is a Pro Wrestling Noah superstar, who one of the top guys in Noah, who is leaving, and he has showed interest in working for AEW, and he is interested in working for AEW, and Tony said they are very interested in working with him. So that's a very, very good sign, because this guy's one of the top Japanese talents that a lot of people haven't heard about, and he's a top guy in Noah. So that would be a huge, huge get for AEW, and it would be to the level, maybe even a little bit bigger than what Takeshita was,
Yeah.
because a lot of people didn't know about Takeshita, and he was kind of an unknown and he shocked everybody. But this is a guy who already has a name value in one of the biggest pro wrestling companies in Japan, and he's 35 years old, so he's a veteran. And I mean, the guy, I tell you, the guy is fucking great. He's out of this world. So I would really, really love to see him in AEW. Also, some other details. WrestleDream has been confirmed to be a yearly thing. They're gonna do WrestleDream every year. They said Tony said he doesn't think it's gonna be on Inoki's the anniversary of his passing every year, because obviously that's not how the date is gonna work out, and he probably is not gonna do it on Sundays because of he just wanted to do the first one due to how it lined up, so he doesn't have to compete with football, which just makes sense. Also, he had a ton of people on the scrum. He had Jericho, Kenny Omega, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, MJF, Chris Statlander, Darby Allin, Swerve Strickland. He had a bunch of people on
In
the
this
media
case, is it
scrum.
okay to dead name Adam Copeland, just go by Edge, because that's like something that's been ingrained into our brains for a little over like 3 decades.
I mean, I really don't care. You can call him whatever.
Well, because sometimes you crucify like me or Mike if we flub up a name.
Edge, because there's Brian Danielson and Daniel Bryan. It's like, all right, bro, just let's get that
something
right.
on the regards of like when you like accidentally say Cesaro or Claudio.
That one's egregious too. But
because it's
two
C's.
Who gives a shit?
Fuck you! Damn it!
It isn't closed captioning, Zach.
That's what I'm saying. And like the only reason I'll give Adam Copeland a pass for Edge is because he's never been anywhere else. He's never been Adam Copeland anywhere else. That's only been Edge for
I saw that
years. He was never in Ring of Honor. He was never in Japan. He was never Adam Copeland anywhere else. So it is gonna take some time.
Right.
But yeah. So Adam Copeland. I guess we'll start with him. He talked a lot on the media scrum about how he's going to be presented in AEW, what he's going to be doing. He said he's going to be full-time. It's not like a thing where he's wrestling like 3 times a year or like only a couple times every other month. No, he's going to be a full-time guy. He wanted to come to AEW. There was 2 reasons. I mean, we'll get to one of them later on, but the one he didn't really mention is that he felt like in WWE he did everything. He did everything in WWE. There's a bunch of new opportunities for him in AEW, and he even put out a statement on Twitter after it. Read it quickly. It says, as some of you may know, I'm no longer with WWE. My new home is AEW. I'm excited. Whole new rosters, some familiar faces that I wanted to work with again, and a whole set of first ever matches, new challenges. And if you followed my career, you know that's what I've been always driven by. But first and foremost, I want to address my 25 years with the WWE. I love the WWE and appreciate everything the company did for me. Always have, always will. They put me on the map, gave me amazing opportunities through hard work on both ends. I've been supplied with a wonderful life. Hell, WWE helped me meet the woman I'd start my family with. Sometimes relationships just grow apart, and I feel that WWE and I have mostly outgrown each other, and I wanted to do more. They didn't have much for me to do, simple as that, and that's okay. I'm still watching. I'll be still supporting all my friends there. I don't buy. This was my favorite part of his statement. I don't buy into this odd mentality of one company or the other. It's weird. If you took offense to that, take a walk, get some fresh air, and soak up some sunshine. It's wrestling, an amazing gig.
Touch grass, and speak to a woman, pretty much.
But still, it's wrestling. Relax. It's supposed to be fun. And it's just a segment of fans, not most fans, and definitely not the performers. With the industry, we all know that more choices is better for everyone and pushes us all to be better. As a wrestling fan, which I still am, it's exciting that there are viable companies providing wrestling on a national and worldwide platforms. If you're actually a fan of wrestling and not acronyms, this should make you happy too. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you've appreciated my work, you still can, no matter what the initials are, because I'll still be busting my ass every time I'm out there. This ride ain't over yet. Just try to have fun like it should be. because trust me, I'll be having fun every time I'm out there in an AEW ring. Let's go. So that was perfectly well said from Edge, Adam Copeland, or whatever you want to call him. But he stated that. We'll talk about the rest of the stuff, his reasonings in the main event segment. But yeah, that was a big thing out of the scrum. MJF, he was on the scrum. He was a total babyface, which was pretty funny. Christian was amazing on it. Statlander as well. Also with Kenny and Jericho. Kenny did confirm that Ibushi is going to be back. This is not the last time you're going to see him. They confirmed the Golden Jets name there too. But yeah, he's just happy to be able to work with Ibushi. He put over him and Jericho both put over Swerve very heavily. He put over Swerve, Julia Hart, the Butcher Blade, Kip Sabian, Daniel Garcia. A lot of these guys got heavy praise from them, which is a great thing to see. Brian Danielson was also on the scrum talking about how he basically is directly involved with how Collision is ran, and even watching some of the indie guys and saying like, hey, this guy has something. Like he was talking, he gave an example of Brian Keith, the bounty hunter from the indies, saying, hey, this guy's very good, we should keep an eye on him. So that's really cool thing to see, because as you know, William Regal was also a talent scout in WWE, and you would always see him at the PWE shows or local indie
Curtain
shows
jerking.
scouting talent. Yeah, scouting talent. So I really wouldn't be surprised if when Danielson's done one day, being what Regal is for AEW. what he is
100% I
to
can
be,
see that.
I really wouldn't be surprised to see photos of Brian Danielson at PWG scouting talent for Tony.
GCW.
Yeah, it makes the go to Defy, which he wants to wrestle in Defy at least once in Seattle because it's the biggest Seattle indie. I wouldn't be surprised if that stuff happened. So
Well,
yeah, that was cool for
I would
Brian.
be surprised if we don't see him like do like any like current jerking at like DDT shows, if the aforementioned rumored like rematches it could happen between him and Zack Sabre Jr. at Wrestle Kingdom. 'Cause
Well,
we don't know.
I mean, there's definitely a rematch
Yeah,
incoming.
DDT. Well, I'll tell you what about DDT. If anybody's gonna do that, it's gonna be Kenny Omega, because
True, but also like you have someone who's going to be in the state or in the country at the time.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, like, well, it would probably be better for Kenny because he could speak the language and he actually started there, and they made him what he is.
I mean, fair, but hey, I'm just throwing it out
But
there.
anyway, also Tony was asked about Jade Cargill and what went into her exit. He said that she came to him with an offer. He met her. She wanted a little bit more. He went up, and then she took some time to think about it, and then she ended up declining, obviously,
Yeah.
to go to WWE.
Well, I think it was worded was he came like she came to him with an offer. He then like tripled it, I think, or doubled it.
No, he came in with an offer. She wanted a little bit more, and then he went up
Yeah,
way
he gave her
past
like
her offer,
yeah.
which I think
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
WWE probably gave her a fuck ton of money. Just the way she's been marketed so far. Even on television, they've been posting like news articles about her and stuff like that. But I think this was a thing where she was one in AEW. She was one of the ones that's like she was like meant for WWE. Like this is a heavily pro wrestling company. I think she's gonna do so well in WWE because I really do think she's gonna eclipse wrestling. And basically how not I'm not saying she's gonna be the level of The Rock or John Cena or something like that. No way. But like maybe when she's older, like Batista, not even like him because he's a major name too in Hollywood. But I think she's gonna eclipse wrestling to the point where she's gonna be a mainstream star. And that's there was a stealing for her in AEW. So he talked about that, and he said if we're gonna send her off, we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the classy way, and that's what he did. I mean, she had the best match of her career so far on her way out, and he said she's always welcome here. So that was a pretty nice gesture. And the other thing was Darby Allin was talking about his Mount Everest climb, and I completely forgot about when he was actually doing it because we're not gonna see Darby Allin for a very long time.
very, very long time. And I forgot that
That's what
we
between
might not.
now and when?
Well, that's the thing. It's a very real possibility that we may never see Darby Allin again, which is a morbid thought, but it is a very real thing.
Yeah.
So Darby, he is going. I forgot what country he's going to, but he's going to a country to go train with this team he's going with for the Mount Everest climb. Then he has to go to China, and then he goes to where he starts his climb. I think it's Nepal.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Where they do the climb, and the climb takes 2 months. So, and fucking a list of people already have died this year climbing Mount Everest. This guy's at the media scrum with a sling.
Yeah, because he
So,
also like fucked up his arm from that stair spot.
well, the fact that he just fucked up his arm and he's not fucking paralyzed, is probably a fucking miracle.
Or concussed.
Yeah, or in a body cast. But listen, you're never gonna talk Darby Allin out of doing something like this. This is the fucking chip off the old block for Darby Allin. This is the most Darby thing like ever. He's gonna do it no matter what. And do I think it's stupid? Yeah. Does Tony Khan don't want him to do it? Yeah. Is he gonna stop him? No, because he can't. He can't stop him.
At least, thankfully though, even when yes, people have died, there's like a nice 1 to 4% like fatality rate of Mount Everest.
Well, when there's an avalanche, and there's an avalanche, or there's a fucked up oxygen thing or whatever, they run out of something. That's when that's some shit you can't really fucking plan for, and that's when that percentage goes up. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's a 50-50. But hopefully he's okay and he gets back safe because I mean, that would be horrible. That would be horrible. But at least we know going in that shit, bro. This might be it.
There have been, according to the Mount Everest climbing page shit, 14 US people have died. Whether from falling, avalanches, actual like altitude sickness, exposure to frostbite. Yeah, so like there's a very strong possibility that Darby doesn't come back at all, and we're gonna have a fucking tribute show.
Well, we'll see.
Let's hope not.
Hope not. But that's a thing.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
like as much as it is morbid, we have to always expect the unexpected for real life.
Yep. So anyway, the other last notes about the scrum. Tony was asked if Tony was asked if that most of the pay-per-views is he gonna basically do pay-per-views monthly, and he said no. I never said I'm gonna do pay-per-views monthly. He said we're gonna expand, and they obviously still are going to expand because we were at Grand Slam. He came out and heavily teased that Grand Slam is probably going to turn into a pay-per-view.
Or a pay-per-view is going to happen at Arthur Ashe.
or just use Arthur Ashe as a pay-per-view venue. But at that point, I'd be like, just do Grand Slam as a pay-per-view. Like I'd say just take Grand Slam and Blood and Guts and just convert them into pay-per-views. I think.
All right, I got a question for both of you now that you brought that up. What is this supposed pay-per-view in December?
Whatever it's going to be.
It's probably going to be Winter is Coming. They're probably going to turn that into a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's another one. Just turn like Winter is Coming, Blood and Guts, and Grand Slam into pay-per-views.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. Where do you think it's going to be? Because it's being pretty heavily rumored that it's going to happen. No, it's pretty heavily rumored that it's going to be in New York.
Can't be at Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, it's not going to be at Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, no. UBS is a big-ass venue for them for regular Dynamite, so it could be at UBS.
Or hell, they could do they could run the Manhattan Center. They could run there
for a pay-per-view.
They could.
Yeah.
They could
well,
also.
that's-
I mean,
do
no, they
Hammerstein.
obviously could. but-
maybe, but maybe Ring of Honor. That's too small. That's shorting themselves
Yeah.
on money.
They could also do Hammerstein. Hammerstein, you could probably fill out what, like
Yeah,
15,000.
but that's still too small. They're gonna short themselves out on money. Do Ring of Honor there. That would be a perfect venue for a Ring of Honor pay-per-view because obviously Ring of Honor even used to run there. Yeah, but they would be shorting themselves on money.
Do you
they don't
think
wanna
they
do
pull
that.
the trigger and do MSG?
No, because that's too big. At that point, and too soon after Arthur Ashe. Way too soon. After it's you have to if you want to do MSG, you have to make that like what Wembley was. Not say like fucking like crazy, but like you have to load that shit up. Like and
Of
make that
course.
like then make that like a fucking thing because they never ran MSG before. It's a historic venue and you're in a market where you already have one stadium show and you're asking people to do another. So that would be I really do think UBS is a great spot because UBS itself is larger than the average Dynamite venue.
Mhm.
So UBS seats about what 9,000 for wrestling, around 9,000 for wrestling. They like the last couple times they usually got around about
Let me
6,
check
7.
the WrestleTix.
That would Wrestle Dream. They had 7,000 something. So yeah, I think that would be a perfect venue if they want to do a pay per view here.
Okay, let me learn how to spell just WrestleTix, right? That'd be nice.
But anyway, if they do a pay per view there, I think Winter is Coming would just be
Their okay, so for the show that we went to, their setup was for 7,000.
yeah. So that's even more than what I think they got 7,000 something at Wrestle Dream. I think that'd be a perfect venue, for them. I think UBS is more than capable of being a venue. It's just do they want to do that and do Grand Slam and do Arthur Ashe as a pay-per-view venue? Like say they could do Grand Slam as a pay-per-view pay-per-view location, but not do it like keep Grand Slam like and have 2 Arthur Ashe shows. I don't think that's really smart.
But I now with this pay per view though, I don't think I've heard like them talk about it being in New York.
Yeah, I didn't hear that at all either. But I think a destination, like I think UBS is the best destination for a pay-per-view that you could do because it's larger than the average Dynamite venue.
Oh yeah, actually, pulling up from I guess WrestleZone. It is quoted from Sean Ross Sapp. Sapp wrote that within AEW roster, the last weekend of December has been rumored dates. Sources believe that the show is being planned for New York City, but the venue is not known.
And that's the thing about UBS too. When they would go to UBS, they would refer to it as New York City. So they can get away with that. And it's so it's like
close enough.
Well, looks like I got one more show in me if it happens in New York. I got
Yeah,
one
'cause
more
I would
show
definitely
left in
do that.
me.
But anyway,
I'll try to
last-
remember to bring the shirt if I don't ship it. It's
Ship
gonna have.
it.
I'm gonna have to ship
no,
it.
ship it.
No, I'm gonna have to ship it next week because I don't have time.
I'm not waiting a fucking year for the shirt. You ship that bitch to me.
What's it called? But yeah, the last I guess like somewhat relevant note about the scrum is that Tony at the end of it, when he was just taking questions from just regular people, I don't even remember if this was in the scrum or or like the media call he did before the baby. I think it might actually no, yeah, it might have been the media call, but this is relevant. That he was asked a question about with the uptick in pay-per-views, is there gonna be any sort of streaming service soon? And Tony basically outright said that he wants to be on Max, and that's most likely what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
There is a thing where Max, because the reason it
They're
hasn't
testing
happened
out
yet,
live
is Max
streaming
does
now.
Max doesn't have the technology for live streaming live sports or live streams yet. It's in development, but
they're currently in beta and they're using it for the CNN
yeah,
newsroom.
it's coming like extremely
They're
soon.
using it for the what?
For the CNN newsroom stuff. If you go to HBO Max's website right now, there is a thing called beta that they're using. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna check it out.
Yeah, I see it.
It's news
live
under
bit.
beta, and that is currently everything that they have live right now.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
so it's they're gonna. I mean, it's gonna happen extremely soon. So,
I think
but
CNN is a good thing to test it out with. Do news broadcasting first, and then dive into
so
sports.
it's like when that happens, they're gonna end up probably. I think they'll probably work out a thing where maybe like it's the WWE Network, like Peacock, and it's like, pay this amount of money.
I see, but that's where I would be skeptical on even doing that, because right now, HBO Max, the service that I have like the I have the legacy thing, which I think I still get some 4K streaming, but not all of it. So they have the $15.99, which is your basic like HD ad-free stuff. Then you have $20 a month to get 4K streaming. So there has to be a fucking ceiling. You can't just be like, oh, time for you guys to pay $24 a month for the AEW package to go inside of Max. Because at that point,
absolutely do that.
I know, but like, not many people are going to do $25 for one fucking streaming service.
Tell you who will.
You.
No, wrestling fans.
That's but
put a
not
fucking-
really.
Some wrestling fans.
You put a carrot on a stick.
No, but
and
like,
you tell the wrestling fans to run, they'll fucking
why
run.
would you want to pay like fucking $25 a month for a wrestling for wrestling alone?
Well,
When then you can easily pay like $7 a month
Wait,
for
hold on,
for
hold
fucking
on.
New Japan.
Would it?
You're talking about wrestling fans. These people are
Would it-
stupid.
Well, yes, we are stupid,
there's
but
gonna be a
us three are
blowback.
not that stupid.
There's gonna be a blowback.
Would it be?
And you're still gonna pay for it.
They're not going
Would it
to
hypothetically
watch.
be $25 a month, or would it go up to $25 a month if you already have the subscription?
Yeah, I think what's the base subscription?
Or would you have the option to do
What's
that?
What's the base subscription for HBO Max? $15?
Hold on.
Remember when Netflix used to be like $8?
Come on, give me
That was good
Okay,
times.
so with ads, it's $10 a month. Ad free is what I pay for, which is $16 a month. Then unlimited ad free is $20 a month.
All right, they're gonna charge you. So they're gonna charge you the $15 one, and if you want live sports, they'll probably charge you at $5 extra bucks. So it'll probably end up being $20 or $15. Or if you just want AEW, they could charge that shit separately, but I doubt that.
I think they could
I don't
do
think it's gonna be.
what
I don't think it's gonna be over 20.
they could do what Peacock does, which is ad free viewing on the $20 a month version, and then for the ad free $15.99, which is what I pay for,
Probably what's gonna happen.
do what Peacock does, where they have some ads but not a lot of ads.
That's probably what's gonna happen, and that'll be fine.
I'll be like, if they don't like increase it by a fuck ton, then I will consider going to the $20 a month. But like, it's just I hate like paying so much for like one service.
You want to know the sad part about all of this?
This shit ain't ending. This is gonna only get worse.
You guys want to know the sad part about all this? You could literally pay for 7 or 8 different streaming service subscriptions, and you will still be paying less than cable.
Well, not for long, because this shit is the new cable. I'm seeing ads on television about, hey, this is how you cut down on all your streaming. This is how you know how much shit you're spending on streaming. Shit's only getting worse. You fucking crazy? when
fucking Goofball Plus comes out, and you're gonna be paying for that too. And then when they have Oxygen Plus, when you can't even fucking breathe without a subscription, you're gonna be paying for that too. So these people are gonna get all open arms for about 2 days. Then they're gonna pay for it when the event comes, and you're never gonna hear about it again. And that's really it. Because that's how it always happens. There's strength in numbers. And guess what? There's no strength over a phone. Hate to break it to you, but that's how the shit where it rolls nowadays.
Yeah, it's
You make an uproar on Twitter. The company says that'll die down in about 48 hours. It does, and that's it. And everyone pays for it anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate it. I hate it. Like,
You like it. You could dread it. You could run from it, but destiny still arrives. Sad truth. Anyway, we had a Dynamite tonight.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We absolutely fucking did. Let me pull up
So
my notes.
we started off the show
with Renee, Kenny, and Jericho backstage, talking it up. Talk about this while I make the post on the Facebook.
This was excellent. This was a great way to open the show. It was really cool. They knew what they were doing here. Renee, so you had 4 fucking Canucks, and Canuck woman, was talking to Canuck Rockstar man.
Dude, as a hockey fan, you're killing me right now.
About Canuck old man and Canuck Rockstar, and fucking she's asking, yo, what are you gonna do about Don? And they're like, you know what, we're gonna beat him, all that shit. And she goes to Canuck Best Bout Machine, and then before he gets to answer his question, Canuck Rated R comes out, and he shows up, and he said, yo, what's up, bro? But this was actually this was actually really cool just to see 4 Canadian fucking legends in a circle. And Kenny Omega, basically Adam Copeland, he shook Jericho's hand. He said, "Nice to see you again." And Adam, then they gave Kenny the mic, and Kenny's like, "Hey, well, nice to meet you. First time we've ever met." And it actually was not today, because it was at WrestleDream. It was the first time they ever met, so it is still new. But they shook hands. It was really cool to see a meeting between Edge and Kenny Omega. That was really cool. I never thought I would see that 2 months ago, let alone right now. But they basically just introduced each other, and that was really it. And they just wanted to do that at the start of the show, just to have Jericho, Adam Copeland, and Kenny on the same screen, because that's whoa. But yeah, the show started off with the international title match between Rey
and
Fenix.
hold on. Kenny just said it was really cool what you did on Sunday. You really had me on the edge of my seat.
Fucking MJ
should have expected that one.
Too, and Tony Khan was like, whoa.
Whoa.
We don't own that.
I don't know who that is.
We don't own that. Hold on.
If I was Tony, I would just be like, who the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about him. No, that's Adam.
Listen, Kenny's a fucking jokester. I mean, this guy had mad jokes last night after he beat the fucking piss and shit out of Demetrius Johnson on Street Fighter 6, which I did watch, and he got nailed
handicapped.
That was last night.
Of that. He had to play on a CRT with like 10
that was
frames.
Kenny even knew when he was doing it. I'm like, bro, get this fucking shit out of here, dude. Can we fucking just play a set? Like, and that's what he said at the end, because he was supposed to get handicapped more or something. And I'm like, he's like, listen, with all due respect, I respect the establishment here, but can we just play the damn game? And I'm like, that's what I was trying to see too. I'm just trying to see these guys run a set. I'm not trying to see this fucking gimmick bullshit. Get this out of here. And then they ended up going back, and they actually did play a competitive set, because because Kenny, if you didn't know, is a very, very big figure in the FJC, Jesus Christ, it's my elementary school. In the FGC,
And the guy's a big time fighting game player. So this guy's not trying to fucking play with some fucking keyboard. No, get this guy get this guy
He
a
knew what
controller.
he's getting himself into when he signed up for that.
Get that shit out of here and let's just fucking run a set. The fuck do we think this is? Handicaps? Get out of here. That's not how we do it in tournament play. But anyway, yeah. We had the Young Bucks come out. We had
I thought you were referring to this as a tag team. My brain was like,
no. The Young Bucks, Matt accompanied Nick to the ring, and then we had the Lucha Bros and Penta and Alex accompanied Rey Fenix, and then we had a great match between Nick Jackson and Rey Fenix. They ran this back from one of the early Dynamites, and they even did one during the pandemic. And I remember that too because Matt also had a great match against Phoenix. And that was the time with the Elite. They all like wrestled the Lucha Bros, and it was really good. But anyway, this was a great match. Glad to see Phoenix
retain his title, and then he's gonna lose it next week.
Retaining, but just like the great athleticism of the match. This was just a fucking high octane opener and just a great match. But yeah, the end, Phoenix dropped Nick with a Phoenix driver. Actually, no, he didn't. I'm thinking of Mox. He rolled up Nick for the victory, and it was announced that next week he's going to be defending his title against Jon Moxley.
You think he drops it to him?
I don't think that's a sure thing that he's going to just drop it to him. I could see it because they just give it right back to Moxley, and they could just continue on with their plan and what they were actually going to do with Moxley. But to be honest, I don't really think they'll like just take it right off of him. And because like I could see them putting it on somebody else and just moving on. Like Mox beat Orange, that shit happened. Phoenix has the belt and Phoenix carries it for a little bit. Because I think a great person to the only reason I think Mox could win as well is because I think a great person to put the international title on is Ricky Starks. And at the end of the Ricky Starks Wheeler Yuta match at WrestleDream, he was staring at Moxley while he was making the pinfall. So if they just have Mox get the title back, they could just get it on Ricky whenever that feud's over. So we'll see, but I don't think it's a sure bet that he loses the title, but it's really like wouldn't be surprised if he did.
So Mike, you're saying R.I.P. to who?
Whoever's number 32 on the Philadelphia Eagles ripped to their left forearm.
Ooh.
Did you see that play, Christian?
I didn't watch Eagles football that often.
I just have the game on in the background here. There was a booth review of a catch. His left forearm basically...
Is that the Commanders game?
Yes.
Oh, I only watched like the only thing I saw that was the overtime.
That it happened in overtime.
Oh, fuck me then. Shit,
It was literally the thing that they reviewed. He literally saved a first down conversion on like the guy on Philly.
Half the time when I just put on the games, like the games that are like ending at 1:00, I'm already too hyped because the fucking Ravens just beat the fucking dog shit out of the Cleveland Browns, and because Deshaun Watson, Bill Cosby, he was actually cleared to play, but he didn't want to because he was so piss scared of the Ravens defense, and he didn't want to play. So he drew Dorian Thompson-Robinson to the Wolves, and he got fucking ass blasted by Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. So I was a little hyped, so I wasn't probably paying attention.
Before we move on, Zach Wilson technically outperformed Patrick Mahomes. So
it's not technically, he did. So no more tanking. Right. No more. Actually, never mind. You weren't. Giants have to tank for Caleb Williams, not you.
Yeah.
So after this, we had the Adam and Roddy segment with bad audio, which
was very bad audio.
Astonishing on how they got that, because normally they're quick to fix it.
I was like,
that was an AEW. That's why.
Yeah, that was TBS, right?
Even like TBS is known to catch up with the audio to TV sometimes. They catch up.
Well, on the bright side,
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did see it again.
Yeah, they did.
I'll get.
They
to
did
it.
replay it with better audio, and they did get an overrun, which we'll get to. But that was at least they did that.
Yeah, so we could talk
the
about
only
this
audible
now.
thing from this fucking promo was Adam.
Yeah, because he was fucking screaming.
Adam!
So Adam
like,
calls on crutches.
You came.
He shows up to Roddy's house. He's in his hospital gown still, which I mean, I don't think anyone told him. He's
Wearing the Marina Shafir socks.
Yeah, he was wearing some Marina Shafir socks because that's his wife. The Kingdom's there. They're wheeling him up, and he's like, "Yo, you came, bro." And he got Adam.
She probably did not like that redecorating.
Yeah, so he got Adam a present. He got one of those scooters,
which was in the photo that he took of his ankle.
One of those fucking scooters that he which I saw for the first time when I was in high school, and some kid had on, like, what the fuck is that? And he was wheeling around, and let's not get into that. But anyway,
you stole it and you went around school with it. Whee!
Allegedly,
you saw him rolling and you were hating.
You plead the fifth.
Allegedly, because there was a thing in the school. If you had, I don't know if it was like this with you guys.
It's a 5-minute pass.
But if you had an injured friend, you could take them to their class and leave 5 minutes. Yeah, I was fucking riding that shit. Anyway, but anyway, there was 5 men in the house with Adam and Roddy. There was 5 guys here. So yeah, so Roddy's like, "Yo, I need help home decorating." After they had a little joyride, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why can't the Kingdom do it?" He's like, "They don't know anything about interior decorating." I'm like,
"I don't know the feng shui of this house, Adam. I'm sorry."
Adam was like, "Yeah, all right, well, shit." And then Mr. Giraffe, he wasn't having that shit either.
Well, see, it's funny, like they had a giraffe, and giraffes are neck strong.
Yeah, they are, because they neck fight. Which is funny because giraffes are my favorite animal. Rest in peace to the giraffe at the animal game farm here in Long Island. Thinking of you. Passed away this week. 3 years old. Hurt my heart. Anyway, Adam's trying his best to redecorate this fucking house. Matt Taven and Mr. Giraffe not really pleased with it. Bennett, he don't really know where he's at. And then Adam's finished. He's like, "You know what, Roddy, I gotta go, yo. I gotta go get this surgery." And Roddy's like, "Wait, no, Adam.
Wait,
I still
just wait right here for a moment.
I still need you. I still need your help, bro." And Adam was just basically closes his eyes and he just shakes his head. So this guy's never getting surgery because Roddy needs him.
So now,
it's a conspiracy.
Could our assumptions lead to it just being like a strain and not too bad, and they could have used X-rays of a broken ankle from Britt at the time?
No.
And they kept the swelling because as we've done the research, a sprain can cause swelling.
A lot of podiatrists on this fucking program.
Yeah.
A lot of podiatrists.
Well, no, because it's a fucking Google search. A Google search.
A lot of podiatrists on this program.
God damn it!
Adam.
If he does need to get surgery, it's a little concerning at this point.
It could have happened already, for all we know.
It probably happened already. They just filmed it.
No, I know that, but I mean, I feel like we would have heard about it by now.
That's another thing.
From who?
Because Meltzer and Alvarez are usually right on top of that shit.
Yeah, but what if this shit is getting all under lock and key?
Why would you keep a surgery under wraps when we all physically saw him break his ankle?
Also, there's always that one hospital footage that always appears. Like the hospital photo.
It might be a thing where he's not actually that hurt, but
Oh yeah, a lot of podiatrists out here, huh?
No, I'm saying there's a very, very real possibility. But there's a lot of podiatrists on Twitter saying, "Oh, you know, this fucking bone, if this moves or this ligament," I'm like, "No, motherfucker, you can't even see a leg. So what are you talking about?"
I only put my info together from a basic Google search of how can a sprain swell badly.
I literally was searching through the comments under Britt's post.
Dude, it was fucking horrific.
And I saw one that actually made me laugh, and he's just like, coming from somebody who's sprained their ankle before and did not require surgery, this is such bullshit on how your foot should actually look if it was actually broken. Because they said, yeah, I had a cast too, and my foot looked exactly like this. Non-broken ankle. So I'm just like, that was funny.
How about this? Ready? This is going to be a very, very big revelation. He's back when he's back.
You said that last week.
Exactly.
But no, it's
Fucking
like
I wasn't insinuating or implying anything. I just told you about a comment that I physically saw.
I'm talking to the masses. The wrestling figures. Hey, the motherfucker's back when he's back.
It's like I only say this stuff because
it's gonna take longer if you keep talking about it.
Oh, kind of like the Punk stuff, right?
Exactly. That's what it's like. I'm waiting for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to come out, but I'm not watching anything about it anymore because I need to forget that it exists. Because by the time I remember it exists, the game's gonna be out. If I remember it now, I'm like, fuck, dude. We got like 7 months. How it goes. Anyway, we had Griff Garrison
making his return
in the ring. Well, he's back. He's been back for a couple months now. Just been on Ring of Honor.
AEW television.
AEW. Well, yeah. Because I feel like he like jobbed on Rampage once or something. But he's been primarily on Ring of Honor. He's being managed by Maria Kanellis. He's in a tag team with Cole Carter.
That's why there's also a shirt that Maria Kanellis released says "Hot Moms Love Wrestling."
Yeah, so that's.
Well, I mean, she's got one bald
it's
client.
A Zach Wilson tag team. I'm not even kidding. It's basically a Zach Wilson tag team.
Yeah.
Between Griff Garrison and Two Dimes, Cole Carter. And they're being managed by.
Did graduate from BYU?
No.
Are we sure? Can we fact check if any of them
we can't.
went to BYU?
No, we can't. We can't fact check.
Christian, that was good. That broke me a little bit.
We can't fact check because I love spreading misinformation. Anyway, this, however, is not misinformation, but Wardlow has returned. Here comes Wardlow. He's got a fucking. It looked like he had a wig on. But he's got a full head of hair. He's fucking pissed off. He's coming down to this goddamn ring with a purpose. He's stomping into that ring. And as soon as I saw the way he was walking, I'm like, this is it. This is gonna be the Wardlow that we probably needed. He gets in the ring.
A monster.
The bell rings. He starts beating the dog shit out of Griff Garrison. Power bombs this guy's fucking soul out of his body at least like 4 or 5 times. And the ref calls the match. He walks out of the ring and he walks through the crowd to the back. That is what they need to do with Wardlow. Because Wardlow has been the biggest mishandled booking in this entire company's history, in my opinion.
Yes.
And he needed either a repackaging or a complete reset on his booking. And that's looks like what we got going on here. He went in there, he powerbombed him, and he got out. And that's all I wanted to see from him. That's really all. He needs to be like more like of a serious guy, not like like playing to the fans, because he needs to be like that badass how Goldberg was. I'm not saying
or even how early Wardlow was.
I'm not even saying. Yeah, I'm not even saying I'm like make him into Goldberg. I'm saying like people loved Goldberg because he was in there. He didn't do anything. He went in there. He fucked that guy up and he got out. That's what Wardlow needs to be.
Yeah, I would also like to see him bring back the knee off the corner finisher.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought that up. It might have been
the Casualty of War.
Yes, I don't remember where I saw or heard that, but yes, he does need to bring that back desperately.
So, after Wardlow killed Griff Garrison, we now see
who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
Okay.
What?
Holy.
What's up?
Boy.
We got a match confirmation for Fighting Spirit Unleashed in October 28th. We have Eddie Kingston's going to be defending his strong openweight championship against Hinare. That's a great match. That's a rematch from the G1. And they had a great match in the G1.
So after Wardlow killed Griff Garrison, Edge, we had an Edge recap, Adam Copeland recap, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Then after that...
Yeah, a debut recap vignette.
It's going to be very hard for me to transition to call him Adam Copeland because there's so many fucking Adams on this goddamn show. So,
it's only a matter of time before we hear Juice start screaming that.
So after that, we had Don Callis and Takeshita backstage talking about how Sammy is not cleared by these coward fucking doctors. So there's that. Also,
Oh,
That
wait, excuse me. Just Sammy, that him not being cleared could be very real, but he is going to need to get written off anyway because Ty is due in like a month. So he's gonna have to be gone for a little bit because the baby's gonna be born. So
I feel like
and
she's
that
been pregnant for like a year.
it was always this. I remember it was December. I think it's because I just still watched the vlog. He always said like November, December it was gonna happen. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about this more when we get into the actual angle that they shot here. Why it makes more sense of the actual angle because Sammy isn't gonna be around for a little bit, and Osprey obviously isn't assigned talent, and he has
Yet.
other responsibilities. And he actually got another match for Impact announced today, which I'm extremely excited for. He's gonna be wrestling Josh Alexander, and that's a must see match right there. But anyway, yeah, Don and Takeshita talking. Don said Osprey recommended to me somebody that can a young upstart that
keep it
wants
in the
to
family.
wants to line. They're all lining up to try and join the Don Callis family. He says, remember who wins these battles because these battles don't matter. Just remember who wins the war. And yeah, he ended up taking Kyle Fletcher out of the request of Will Ospreay, and because Kyle Fletcher is going to be single for
Because Mark
not,
Davis
I don't
broke
think it's
his
going to be that
wrist.
long. Yeah, Mark Davis snapped his wrist. He broke his wrist during the match with FTR. My understanding is that a wrist isn't going to be that long. It's like maybe 3 months.
Maybe even less
if,
too.
if
Maybe
that,
less, yeah.
I remember Britt Baker. I think she wrestled with it for a couple months.
Yeah, because she used
near like the end of her title reign.
like
Cast, yeah.
the brace or the cast as a weapon a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, this isn't gonna be a long thing for Mark Davis. I feel bad for him because he gets hit with injuries a lot, but this one was for usually it was his knees, but this one's for a what's it called, a wrist. So
Yeah. So after this, for the TV crowd, we got to see the Adam Roddy segment with proper audio. Then after that, we saw the Acclaimed taking on Kip Sabian, Butcher and the Blade. Max Caster with the most out of pocket fucking thing, saying, you guys love to clean each other's knobs, and that popped a Blade. He was like, "That's a good one." Okay, good one. Like, and someone on like on fucking Twitter was like, "Hey, like these like Max Caster diss aren't hitting as hard as they used to." Shut up. They kind of are. They fucking hit.
That one did. That one did.
He's kind of. I mean, he's kind of running out of shit. He's running because that's the thing about his raps too. He's done it on basically everybody. And that's the thing.
I think this was the first time he did it on Butcher and Blade, though, right?
No, they wrestled fucking millions of times on Dark and Dark Elevation back in the day. But that's the one thing about Max though. I love him and I love the Acclaim because they're great baby faces. But that gimmick works so much better, and it's probably so much easier as a heel because rip on the guy, rip on the town. That's it. And that's what he was doing when they were heels. So it's probably a lot easier to do that shit as a heel. But anyway,
it's to be hard to turn them heel. It's going to be virtually impossible.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
The only way to turn them
heel, they would have to turn on Billy.
Yeah,
Billy, yeah.
Is it they turn on Billy? That's something that they would have to do, but that's not going to happen for a long time. So this match happens. It's just it's a very quick and easy trios match. They have a fun, like they kick the shit out of Kip and Butcher and the Blade, and the Acclaim go over.
Yeah, it was a quick little thing here. Nothing really much to it.
After
but
this though, we
had the Tony Storm vignette
with RJ City and Tony.
Which they said this is the final episode, which saddens me. But anyway, yeah,
RJ City needs a fucking raise. He went through hell.
That guy needs a fucking Oscar.
That's
But
it.
anyway, whatever. If that's the right award, I don't know. Is it
Emmy?
Is that the right award?
Emmy, Oscar. No,
What's the
Emmy, because
music one?
Emmy.
Oscar.
Man, what's the music one? Grammy?
Okay, so music is Grammys, Emmy is TV, Oscars are movies. So he would need an
Yes.
Emmy or Golden Globe.
And what's a Tony?
Tonys
both.
are Broadway's.
All right, well, Tony needs a Tony then.
She's not okay.
Might as well be.
All right, so
Actually, no.
so
I
it was
hope-
just
I hope none of these guys ever go anywhere near those fucking putrid award shows. Anyway,
well,
the
they
only,
could
the only
get like
time,
daytime Emmys, right? No, primetime Emmys for
the only time I go to
for
awards
wrestling.
is to rob the basket, Chrissy Moltisanti. Anyway, but Tony,
you didn't get
her
that one.
makeup looks smeared. Her makeup's all
I
smeared.
got it.
She's
It's
fucking.
Sopranos reference.
She's yelling in RJ City's face, and
You're
she's
not
saying,
old.
and then basically RJ says, "Yeah, you're not old." And, and Tony's like, "Wait a minute, you're right. I'm not
We
old. I'm
forgot
young.
to talk
I'm
about this though,
timeless."
but she made reference to the SmackDown days of put on a backwards cap, put a pie in someone's face, and you're all good.
They love you. Yeah. And then and she says, "You wait, I'm not old. I'm timeless. I'm timeless." And she keeps going, "I'm
But she
timeless."
has
And then
smeared makeup.
yeah, and then the whole thing shows, it says Timeless Tony Storm premieres tonight because she had a match tonight against Sky Blue. We'll talk about that later. After this, we had the fucking Bang Bang Gang showing up. Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn. These guys are fucking pissed off.
They had
The
3
recaps.
consecutive
Recaps.
recap vignettes.
Yeah.
But that's all we're gonna say about them.
Yeah, so the only one I will say about those is that it really emphasized the fact that Danielson and Zach aren't done.
Yes.
That's really the thing they wanted to make clear there. Anyway, but yeah, we had these guys are fucking pissed off. Their boy got jumped last week and they weren't around, and they're not happy, not happy at all. And Juice Robinson, he takes the microphone and I don't listen. I don't listen. I know what I don't really remember what he said because I was laughing, and the guy's completely fucking unhinged, just like his wife. Uh, and listen, this guy's committed to the bit. He got a gold tooth just for this. But yeah, so they're trying to call out MJF. They're saying, "All right, we know what happened. We know it was you and your little devil mask.
Get out of here, you butt sucking. Did it.
So yeah, here comes MJF. He comes out and they start going.
Calls him calls him the ass boys.
Yeah,
Calls
so
Jesus
Talentless
talentless
taint.
taint.
yeah, he was rattling off
My
all the
taint's
fucking
rock
the
hard.
buzzwords. Yeah, and listen, Juice Robinson this guy's a fucking
He's
animal,
great.
a wild
He's great.
animal. As I always say, the Jack Black of AEW, Juice Robinson. But yeah,
He's
this
a
guy's so
combination
unhinged.
of Jack Black and Chris Farley. Let's be real. He has like the voice and the attitude of
That
Chris
fat guy
Farley
from
and
the
like and the mannerism of Jack Black.
Is that the fat guy from the Adam Sandler movies?
Yes.
Well, no, that's Kevin James, but I'm talking about Tommy
Well,
Boy.
No. The real Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the bus driver from
Yes,
Billy Madison.
yes.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So MJF, he's riling down. He's like, "Listen, I didn't do it." But they don't believe him. So he gets to the ring. He's like,
We have
"Let's
to
make
have,
this a fucking Stockton, California street fight." Which the fact that they were in Stockton, I was like, "Fuck, dude! I wish Nate Diaz was on the show because that would have been funny as shit." But they would listen. This show would have gotten taken off the air about 10 seconds into Nate Diaz talking about something. Because, yeah, what's up, meh? You meh. You fucking motherfucker, meh. He probably would have actually attacked somebody for real. I love Nate Diaz to death. But anyway, he already knocked out a Logan Paul impersonator. I don't know if this guy wants to be around pro wrestling. But anyway, he starts coming down. He's taking his shirt off. He's ripping his shirt off. He's ready to go at these guys. And then the Bang Bang Gang, they bail out. And as he gets in the ring, here comes Jay White.
Jay gives him the
his
blade.
head.
Yeah, Jay gives him the Blade Runner, and gets out of the ring. He takes MJF's title.
It looks
and
good
he
on
gets
him.
on the
It
mic.
looks so
He
good
ch-
on him.
Yeah, he challenges MJF to a match for the title at Full Gear. He cuts him down verbally. He says, "Listen, I get that you want to do all this and you want to talk about it, but you don't know what you're dealing with here with me." And that's the funny thing, though. He really doesn't know what he's dealing with Jay White. Jay White is a evil fucking manipulator,
Mm-hmm.
Nostradamus type of deal.
You can get fucking like chicken shit heel Jay White. You can get a big
Not anymore.
like
He's
a
way past chicken
vindictive
shit.
motherfucker to Jay White.
Listen, he's more he's cerebral, he's calculated, he's vindictive, he's everything of the sort. But anyway, he takes the belt and he challenges MJF, and MJF responds that you're on, and yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
the Full
dear.
Gear minute,
That's the first
and I'm
match.
extremely excited for it. That sounds so good. The build, I cannot wait for this build.
Oh yeah.
This is two of the most entertaining things in the company colliding. With the MJF, Adam Cole, Roddy shit, and then you have the fucking Bullet Club Gold, and with the masterclass work of the two greatest heels and babyface kinda in pro wrestling right now. So very, 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 very much excited for this.
After this, we go back to Renee. In the
Oh wait,
back.
hold on. Can we please mention Juice just going? We hate you.
Your okay, so your mic suppression cut out there.
God damn. All right. I guess I went too low with the high voice. He's just like, and we mean it.
Yeah.
We hate you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we go backstage and it's Hook, Orange Cassidy and Renee, and they're like, yeah, like Orange is like, I should have a title. He has a title. It's a
Hook,
nice title.
Yeah, you're a great champion. You have a championship.
He goes, oh yeah,
And he just
like,
and Hook just goes, yeah.
It should be you fighting Phoenix and not Mox. He goes, yeah, I held the title for 11 months. He held it for 3 weeks.
and then they try to
He
offer
brings
Renee
up a valid point.
Renee didn't want a damn chip.
Yeah. And Taz goes, I raised my boy right. That's a gentleman right there. The gentleman.
He was raised right. Yeah. But anyway, so I believe after that was
Jericho and Kenny taking on Don Callis family with Kyle Fletcher.
Yes, sir.
Jericho and Kenny Omega versus the Don Callis family.
Double confirmed, looking up a photo of the Last Supper, Takeshita is Judas in that photo. So
Judas in my mind.
Once again, every little detail can never go unlooked.
Especially in an Omega storyline.
So if you look at who is Judas in the painting and compared to there, Takeshita is Judas. So maybe he can turn on Don, take the Don Callis family for himself, and go about it that way, and leave Don in the dirt.
Yeah, so
that's a possibility. It's not. I'm not saying that Takeshi's going to turn face or anything. It's going to be him probably kicking Callis to the dirt.
I wouldn't do that at all. This is perfect.
Well, it's a detail that shouldn't go overlooked though.
Yeah, but it's not now.
Well, no, I'm not saying now, but I'm saying like with a detail like that.
Yeah, that's a conversation for about a year or two out.
And am I saying pull the trigger on Don Callis being out on his own? No.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm saying that's years down the line because look how long he was with Omega.
Oh no, I know that, but I'm saying like
how long
but I'm
he was
saying
with Omega.
With detail like that, don't just blow it out.
No. I'm saying like Takeshi's obviously going to be a babyface again, one day,
or he takes a Don Callis family for himself down the line.
Nah, he's definitely going to be a babyface again one day. Obviously, when this company expands and does an event in Japan one day, he's going to be a big time deal.
Of course.
But anyway, yeah. So we have Kyle and Takeshita versus the Golden Jets, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. Very, very good match. Very hard hitting. Really enjoyed it. the finish came from Kenny Omega and Kyle Fletcher were in the ring. Jericho gave Kyle a code breaker, and then Kenny got him up for the one winged angel, and Kenny hit the one winged angel and pinned Kyle Fletcher. And after the match, they were celebrating. Don was on commentary.
Like, this kid screwed me.
He was talking about how great Kyle was the entire match, and then all of a sudden he gets pinned. He's like, "This kid screwed me. This kid screwed me." So here comes Don coming down to the ring, and all of a sudden, Jericho and Kenny Omega are attacked by Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And as soon as you see, they cut back to Don. He's smiling. So that's all you really needed to see.
All part of the plan.
Yeah, so Kenny Omega and Jericho, they're getting beaten the shit out of by Powerhouse Hobbs. He's out of that QTV shit, and now he's with a real faction. So the newest member of the Don Callis family is Powerhouse Hobbs.
He kicks the shit out of Kenny up and down the aisles of the arena, bring him back to the ring.
Takeshita neutralized Jericho. They even emphasized on commentary that Nick and Matt went to the hospital and Hangman wasn't there, so that's why there was no elite intervention here. Right. But yeah, they were getting. I mean, Powerhouse Hobbs, he put Kenny's head through the bike rail and started choking him out. They fucking fucked those guys up.
And then the spot. They get him back in the ring, start taping up Kenny. The tape breaks free on his left arm. They retape it. Thankfully, they fixed that spot before Twitter went haywire.
Yeah, they didn't tape. Well, it fell out again, and then Takeshita held his arm, which was fine.
Yeah, which it works out. But then, so this spot happened, and thankfully, this was clearly a gimmicked chair. But they're about to so Powerhouse Hobbs was about to hit the chair, but Don goes, "Nah, give it to me." An unprotected headshot to Kenny Omega. This was so rough to watch. Not seeing chair shots for a long time, and last time we saw an unprotected chair shot, it led to Cody getting 18 staples in his head.
Well, that was an accident.
But I'm saying, but still, regardless, an unprotected chair shot, regardless of if a chair is gimmicked or not, it looks so fucking painful to watch.
This one, though, as soon as he got the chair, it's like, this chair looks weird.
Yeah, it looked really
it looks spray painted.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, this is a gimmick chair. Once they latched up his arm, they're like, oh, he's getting hit in the head. And he did get hit in the head. The way it bent, and Don hit him. He hit him all right. He didn't really hit him with his full force, but he hit him with a good.
But what they do with chairs like that is they sand them down. Like, they sand the seat down a lot.
Well, it's a cookie sheet.
Well, yeah. Well, so, they essentially sand down a chair into a cookie sheet thinness. That's what they do.
Yeah. This looked fine though. Kenny obviously wasn't hurt. He was moving around fine.
To watch. For me at least, as someone who gets migraines, it sucks.
Listen. I think Darby fucked it up for me. After I saw what I did on Sunday, I saw that and I was like, I'm desensitized. I'm like,
watching GCW desensitized me to shit like this.
No, you want to know something though? Out of all the painful shit I've seen, like fucking death matches and the shit Darby did and all that stuff, the shit that fucking tweaks me out the most, I was watching NXT and Pete Dunne was wrestling Tyler Bate, and he actually it was Noam Dar, and he put his pinky on the mat like this, and then he stomped on it, and it was a completely safe spot. Completely safe, but that's the type of shit that's like, I'm like, I could watch somebody get their fucking shit hit. I could watch somebody get a gusset plate put into their skull or skewers, or get their back almost fucking destroyed on a steel step. But you fuck with a finger, or if you fuck with somebody's ear.
Yep, I was about to mention the Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton stuff.
Yeah, then we're gonna have a fucking little bit of an issue.
Yeah, that Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton stuff scared the shit out of me. And that only happened in 2015 to 2016.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
with
But
the
yeah,
fucking twisting of the gauge with the screwdriver.
but a bunch of that shit
Ugh.
doesn't. Bunch of that shit. This shit don't even affect me, bro. It's like, it's like, all right, well, yeah, it was a headshot.
And the way they
with a
sold it
chair.
on commentary was fucking beautiful. You have like oh that's like we haven't seen that since more of a bygone era. Then you have Taz like, yeah, I fought in that era. I know how that feels.
Yeah, so
Then
this was real good. This was
I
a
we
real
go
good
from the
angle.
very traumatizing thing. Then backstage, MJF and Renee.
Oh wait, before you get to that, this was a real good angle, but this gives Takeshita a tag team partner now, for Jericho and Kenny, or
It
if
gives them a
Ibushi
heater
shows up.
too.
Yeah. But this gives him a tag partner since Ospreay has his own stuff going on and he's not here full time, and Sammy has to leave for paternity leave
Yeah.
soon. So they needed another member. So it wasn't just Takeshita again. So yeah, this was actually a great. I'm glad it's Hobbs because Hobbs was saved from that QTV shit, and he's doing something worthwhile. And I think Don with Hobbs is a winning combination.
Yeah, I agree with that. So going from a very traumatizing segment to MJF and Renee backstage in the trainer's room, you have maybe like they start talking about, hey, how you gonna feel and everything. You should call you should give Adam a call soon. And then you see the Acclaim sneak up in the background and got Max Caster shooing away the trainer. They're giving him a massage.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking sick
And
freak.
Jeff's like, whoa, enough. Stop sending me letters. Stop tweeting at me.
He's tweeting some really weird shit.
Get a restraining order. But all this was to set up. Listen, Bullet Club Gold has 4 men. MJF's gonna need help because Adam can't do it, and then he's not gonna work with Roddy in the Kingdom. So we're gonna end up getting a MJF and the Acclaimed versus Bullet Club Gold match because this is exactly what's happening here. Because MJF's a top babyface. They have the top babyface act. Yeah, so MJF. Because listen, if you didn't know, Max Caster and MJF both came up and created a pro together.
They're also like really good friends.
They're really good friends. They lived with each other for a short time when they were both on the Indies. They're really good friends. It's literally the shit you see on Max Caster's Twitter. Is like it's literally what I say when I'm with my boys and shit. Like the amount of time, like if you think like if a new person came into like my friend group, you'd think it's a fucking pride parade, and
same.
And it's anything but because they're the total fucking opposite of that shit.
Max did actually tweet about this. So Max Caster. So he quote tweeted the video segment saying he's so shy, smiling, blushy face, covering face.
He should have called him his little fucking Pookie Bear or some shit like that.
Quote tweeted Ringside News, the worst fucking publication in wrestling today, that MJF threatens to file a restraining order against Max Caster. Max Caster quote tweets, he won't, with the hand over mouth emoji face. Kind of like the shy, giggling face.
Yeah, little fucking. We got Golden Lovers Part 2 here. The Burberry
Listen,
lovers.
Christian, I'm the same way at my friends. Like, if you were to see some of the shit that I say to my one friend who is like a brother to me, who's like my best friend in the world, it's the most questionable shit in the world, and I'm so happy that I'm friends with his girlfriend too, so she allows me to go unhinged with him.
No, it's like every time I see my friend with his girlfriend, like, yo, we had relations, yo.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, it's like because all of us couldn't be literally further from that type of shit. Like if we like we don't want to have anything to do with that shit except fucking bullshit about it. Anyway, after this we had fucking Samoa Joe become the most interesting man in the world. Which this shit was fucking funny as fuck because Samoa Joe was sitting there, he looked like he was in a Dos Equis commercial, and he had a cigar, he had some scotch, he was in a suit, and he was like, listen, he's talking about being a champion, and he gave a warning to MJF saying, like, listen, this might be over for now, but we're not finished in the long run. So I like that. I like that they're keeping that little feud ski alive. And Joe's got a mission. And we don't know what that is yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
And after this, we had Stokely Hathaway, this fucking scumbag.
Whoa.
Well, what?
You're skipping something pretty important right now.
Yeah, Sky Blue versus Tony.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that before the women's match. We were talking to balls deep about the fucking Copeland shit. We're getting all the vignette out of the way.
He has a point there, Mike.
Stokely Hathaway is saying, "Listen, you gotta watch this 4-way on Rampage
because we want a champion.
Because we want a champion in Ring of Honor that doesn't smell like Burger King and a box of Newports."
Come on, man.
That shit was funny as hell, bro.
Come on.
Because he's right. Because he's right. But anyway,
listen,
we had the women's match.
I met Kingston. He didn't smell like a box of Newports or a Burger King.
Well.
So yeah.
But anyway, we had the women. Sky Blue came out not very enthusiastic on her entrance, and I could tell you why. If you looked at her eyes, because they showed a replay of her getting fucking sprayed in the face by Julia Hart, who actually is going to be taking time off. We're not going to see Julia for a little bit because she's getting married at the ripe age of 21 years old.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Which would not be me.
Which I had to take. Well, I have one person I know that's getting married was in my grade. I actually have a few kids in my grade that already have kids. I'm like, well, back to my PlayStation. But anyway,
Same.
We had Sky Blue come out. Her eyes have all the House of Black shit here. Do I think she's gonna join the House of Black? Because the Willow had the same shit. No. But I think she's gonna be like somewhat corrupted. I don't know where this is going, but
they're gonna turn it into Cora Jade. She'll be more of a evil punk rock skater girl.
No, Cora Jade. Listen, Cora Jade has not been on. Well, I know the reason why she hasn't been on TV. She came back to TV, then she wanted to fucking bolt some shit on. Then she has not been on TV since. So that's why, if you didn't know why Cora Jade was off TV, is because she fucking had to get breast implants. Yep. Anyway,
so we gotta talk about NXT for Tuesday after after we get done going through the card.
Well, because I have a rant about that, because some people are fucking making this out to be something that it's not. But anyway, yeah, she ain't gonna be Cora Jade, at least not yet. But anyway, we had Toni Storm, the fucking timeless Toni Storm. She came out. She has smeared makeup on. She has basically minimalistic gear. She looked like she just rolled out of bed, or had a bad run-in with well, let's not go there. I was gonna say a certain Cleveland Browns quarterback, but anyway, we had Toni Storm. She took it to Sky Blue. She was throwing her around.
I do not condone anything. The product of Christian's verbiage is the product of his own self things. What did
I say? I was talking about Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Guy who got fucking beat the shit out of by the Ravens defense. He's the backup.
Once again,
or Jacoby Brissett, who was the backup last year. I don't know what the fuck you think I'm talking about. Anyway, there was a great spot in this match where Tony throws Sky Blue outside of the ring, and Tony goes,
stay tuned stay tuned after a special after a very important announcement for our sponsors. And this guy was
Tacoma
like,
FD.
did she just do the picture in picture
For us?
for me? And then they go right to picture.
Oh.
That is immaculate timing. I don't know how the fuck she knew that unless the ref said, "Hey, go do it." But that was great. Tony is on another level right now.
Very important sponsors. Tacoma FD. Nice.
I'm so fucking sick and tired of seeing that goddamn commercial. It's not even funny. It's almost
Dexter
like
Loomis made a cameo on that show.
I know. It's almost like the fucking the one that Harry Potter was in. After I saw that one 1,000
the
times.
fucking miracle worker thing.
Yeah, and that was after I saw goddamn Whopper,
Chicken burger, happy Whopper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy or way.
Watching the NFL, watching Damar Hamlin fucking die on the field. We'll be right back. Whopper, Junior Double Chicken Whopper.
Listen,
this guy is
commercials will
fucking
never
dead,
be-
and we're gonna sell
Listen, I
some
blame-
chicken, fucking French fries. We suck. That's what happens.
I blame like the commercial timing ever since Nick Gage used the pizza cutter on Jericho's forehead.
Yeah, well,
and they
listen,
did picture in picture into the
that
fucking
was a-
Domino's commercial.
That was like John Cena and The Rock, bro. That was once in a lifetime.
I was there for that. I couldn't watch that feed happen. I'm so
voices
upset.
in the air, and
Twice in a lifetime, baby.
Danny Domino's versus Nick Gage. Anyway, there was a great spot where Tony got Sky Blue in the corner for her hip attack, and Tony goes, "It's time for my headshot." It's time for my headshot. Because it makes sense because the move should probably just be called the headshot because that's what's happening. But she does her little pose. This camera does the opposite of the Okada zoom in, but it zooms in on her face, and then she goes and hits the fucking the headshot. And then hits the Storm Zero and picks up the victory. She's ecstatic by this. She's very proud of herself. She's thanking the ref. And she's posing. She's doing all this shit now. They show, then they did the Stokely thing. And then we have the Rampage and Collision lineup. So first off, for the Rampage lineup, we have a 4-way for a chance at the Ring of Honor World Championship between Penta El Cero Miedo, Lince Dorado, which is going to be his AEW debut, I believe. And, I mean, hopefully Izzy's dad isn't there, or else we're going to have a fucking big issue right there. We have Johnny TV in that match and Commander. So that should be a really cool Lucha Libre inspired match there. Then we also have a 8-man tag between the remnants of the JAS, Daddy Magic, Cool Hand Ange, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia versus the Hardys and the Best Friends. And then we have a women's tag team match between Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. And for Collision, it's been announced that we're going to be getting Kiera Hogan versus timeless Tony Storm. And we're also going to be getting
Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus FTR.
FTR. I think that's for the titles?
It is, yes.
Yeah, so that's for the titles. And then live on Dynamite next week.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so
Title Tuesday.
So Title Tuesday. This is gonna be Tony Khan's birthday too. This is going to be a gigantic fucking night of wrestling.
Gigantic night of wrestling.
What do you mean it is? Because this is the fucking list. This is where I'm gonna get my shit out here.
Okay.
Because this is the problem. Listen, Dynamite's gonna be on Tuesday, and they're gonna be head to head with NXT. NXT's loading up their card. AEW's loading up their card. Guess what? Who the fuck cares? You're getting 2 big ass shows.
If you want to watch both of them, DVR one of them.
That's
You're
what I'm
getting
saying.
fucking John Cena on NXT.
So NXT is going to combat AEW by having John Cena in the corner of Carmelo Hayes and Paul Heyman in the corner of Braun Breaker at the request of Roman Reigns. Then Asuka's going to be on that show wrestling Roxanne Perez. Fucking Becky Lynch is going to be on that show. It's going to be a major NXT show.
Mm-hmm.
Major NXT show.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already been doing great ratings. Damn near 1 million because of Becky. And let me tell you something.
That obviously was going to make AEW load up their show. Now we're getting Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland. Hangman Page versus Jay White. Saraya versus Hikaru Shida.
Well,
We're going to be getting... Yeah, for the title. We're going to be getting Rey Fenix versus Jon Moxley. We're going to be getting...
Powerhouse Hobbs versus Chris Jericho.
We're also going to be getting, let me get the list here, from Tony, because Tony tweeted out.
Adam Copeland versus
debut,
Luchasaurus.
The debut of Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus, and probably much more. These are 2 loaded up cards, and if you like both products, then you have nothing to fucking complain about. You watch one, and then you watch the other one after. That's literally it. I watch both products. Guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to watch AEW, and then right after, I'm going to watch NXT. And I'm going to enjoy both shows. Because both shows are loaded up. And guess who's winning here? The fucking fans. And you're going to have some fucking troglodyte schmuck. Oh my god, look, they're going to go right to fucking Alvarez or whatever on the ratings. Oh my god, what was the fucking rating? Who won? Who gives a fuck? You won. You got 2 great wrestling shows.
Hell,
who cares if you're loading up that card?
I honestly haven't even paid attention to the ratings lately. I'm just like, I just want to go home and watch my show and just not be bothered by anything.
Like, speaking of troglodytes on Twitter, someone, like, one of them fucking became a tweener the other night, which was fucking weird.
Oh, are we doing a show on Tuesday?
I don't pay attention.
Me and Christian might do a show on Tuesday. If you're available,
okay, let me know.
Probably
yeah, because I'm flying back Monday. So
yeah, hell, one of the worst turned face. I was like, what the fuck? Cool. Even though he's probably gonna go back to saying the same shit he does, but he at least made a valid fucking point.
Oh, some fucking scumbag on Twitter?
WWE Gareth. The fucking piece of shit that everyone hates. The one that's always in the fucking, like, scrum comments.
This is why I don't pay attention to people who don't go outside.
No, but he made a very fair comment, which was, there seems to be a lot of mixed reactions about Edge. Is it disappointing he won't have a Mania 40 match? Sure. But wrestling is a business. At the end of the day, he'd be silly not to take the most money possible at this stage in his career.
Hey, how about you? Listen.
First, like,
he's right. He's right, but how about
when the person you hate the most says the most intelligent shit in the world?
I'm gonna give some honest advice for people who give a shit what other human beings have to say on the Twitter application. Who gives a fuck?
There you go.
Because you know why? These people don't know you exist. You don't know really who they are either. They're talking about some shit you like. If you don't like what they're saying about it, just you ready? Look, ready?
Delete the app.
No, not even that. You can just scroll up and or block them. And that's the thing too. People know these people's names and like actively seek their like what's the word? Like they seek
validation.
No, like these people should go on Twitter and like they tweet at these people. They're like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Who the fuck cares what they think about it?
Seeking validation.
It's about what you think about it. Go outside. Get a job. You know the amount of shit I've seen after this Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce shit on Twitter?
Oh, just wait till you go through the thing I sent in the group chat.
The first time I ever tweeted in such a long time in a negative way to somebody will put like the horoscopes of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and like their star signs of how they aligned and like, oh my god, they don't align. I just tweeted a picture of a fucking job application. That's what I tweeted. Because that's what that person needs. Hey, or a trip to the place where the white men picked them up. And then they put him in the white van, and they put him in a room with cushions around it.
Hey,
get a life, get a job, and get a fucking grip.
Someone took a tally, though, like, jokingly took a tally because they wanted to see how many times this happened, of how many times Taylor Swift was shown alongside Aaron Rodgers at the Jets game. Taylor
Who,
Swift
Grassi?
10 times, Aaron Rodgers 8 times.
Yeah, who Grassi did that?
I think, I don't know. It was on TikTok.
Yeah, I met that motherfucker. That guy's
I
funny.
love how I saw
I think he did it, yeah.
the trolls on Twitter are honestly getting worse. And by getting worse, I mean...
Insufferable.
No, I mean the troll tweets are just... The troll tweets themselves are just not... They're just not good. I mean, like, at least make it funny.
Listen, hey,
I mean, some of them are just horrible.
Listen,
like I go through and I'm just like,
The only time like a comment section got me was someone put under like the Bills or no, not the Bills, the Broncos versus the Bears, and they put the clip from Family Guy of Peter Griffin going, "I want to put $100 down on the game. Do you want to pick a team? Nope, just take it.
Nope,
just take it." And the comments were like, "Game's an end in a fucking tie. Game of the year right here." Turns out it was a really good game between them too. It definitely was like a decent. Sure, it was the lowest scoring game I've seen, but it was still a good game. But okay, so back to Dynamite. We now are at the main event segment of Adam Copeland talking to us.
That's the main event segment.
And hey, again,
for the main event,
and this segment was really good. Thankfully, thank God for the overrun that they had.
Thank God.
So pretty much, I'm gonna call him Edge because that's what I'm used to for the past 2 decades that I've watched this man wrestle. So Edge comes out. He's like, "Oh, hey, like, I'm happy that I'm here," and he gets an Adam chant. He goes, "That's the first time I ever heard that one. Kind of like it a little bit. It's weird, but I like it."
Oh, by the way, we didn't say this because we didn't know at the time, but Adam Copeland's intro to "Think You Know Him" is actually voiced by Beth Phoenix.
Yes, they definitely auto-tuned it to shit, so you can't tell. But good to know, though. It's a fun fact.
I love how we went from "you think you know me" to "you think you know him."
Well, they probably WWE must have some tie down on you think you know me.
And who knows?
I hope not.
So he talks about how he came here for like he wanted to have the opportunity of wrestling people that he has never thought he would wrestle before. Guys like John Moxley, Powerhouse Hobbs, Kenny Omega, and the list goes on. And he goes, but I want to bring out
a lot of potential. He did say that in the scrum as well. A lot of first time matchups, and it was actually shocking. Well, not really that shocking, but this guy hasn't been in the ring with guys like Samoa Joe. He hasn't been in the ring with guys like Claudio. Like even his WWE run, the few guys he was in there with, he was never in with those guys. He was in there with Danielson.
I think the only caliber person that can like match alongside AEW's talent is Seth. That's like the only person that can kind of fall under that caliber.
Well, AJ
of matching, and AJ too, yeah.
AJ,
I think like
Sheamus,
but with like the high flying, very fast paced.
Yeah,
I think
I think
Seth was a good stepping stone for that.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, this guy's so good that he could work with anybody.
True.
But he worked with. He had his best matches in WWE with Seth Rollins. He had his final match, great match against Sheamus. He had a great one with Grayson Waller. He had some good ones there, AJ Styles, Bryan and Roman. Also, even when he came back to stuff with Randy Orton. But yeah, it's
so the promo.
He seems very excited.
Oh yeah, like so he had mentioned that like he had talked to his daughters and asked about should I retire, and the crowd went no. He goes, that was an option. Then my eldest daughter, who is a lot more wise than I am, saying, why don't you go why don't you go have fun with Uncle Jay?
He's like, yeah. So he asked, because he said this in the scrum too. He asked his daughter what he should do. He's like, go have fun with Uncle Jay, and that's what he did. That's what he's going to do.
And Jay, and you guys know him as Christian Cage.
Well, so yeah, he's like, he wants Christian Cage to come out here and this was anything but fun. So I wonder what his daughter has to. I wonder what Lyric has to say about this, because Lyric might be in the pot for Christian Cage.
Well, no, but did you like someone was predicting the promo that they were gonna have, saying like how like Christian's like, how dare you attack someone who just found their father figure in Nick Wayne. Do you want to know who doesn't have a father figure in life, who couldn't find one? That's you,
Copeland.
Adam.
Mr. Cope. Actually, yeah, that is a thing that will be explored.
Oh,
I can 99% sure that will be explored. Edge grew up with a single mother. He did.
His father.
He claimed that
he's still
never knew his
on
father.
the look for his dad.
He never knew his father. And somebody had a sign in the crowd that did say that.
Yes.
So, but like,
that popped me, Christian. That popped me.
Edge is just like, hey, like we could do like what we've been doing. Like you attacked Sting, a guy who has been doing this for 4 decades. Someone who you're a poster you brought to a barbershop, and you asked the girl to give him to give you his hairstyle. And like, and then we've been doing tag team for 3 decades, and let's do it again. And Christian goes, he looks around, opens up his arms, takes the mic, and goes, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, he goes. Whispers,
I laughed.
He gets up to his ear,
so
and
hard.
then he said "go," and then they bleeped it out. Which you knew what he said after that. He said,
Yeah.
"Go fuck yourself." And Edge is fucking shocked. He's like, "What the fuck did this guy just say to me?" Christian gets out of the ring. He walks up the ramp after he's calling. He's saying, "Go fuck yourself." But before that, he expressed like, "Listen, let's do it. It's time. We need to be a tag team again, so we can show a whole new generation of fans what we were, and be the best tag team in the world."
It's gonna happen again.
And it will. But Christian goes up to him and says, "Hey, go fuck yourself." He walks into the ramp. He's like, "Just to remind you what you're going to be facing down next week. Here it is." And then Luchasaurus came out with Nick Wayne. So him, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus all just stared down at Edge as they went off the air. That was a good Dynamite. Wasn't all like crazy the best, but but it was a good setup show, because they didn't set up. I mean, they didn't like blow off anything. It was a setup show. It was the first. It was a post pay-per-view Dynamite, and plus they're setting up shit for a big time show next week, and they're starting to build to Full Gear. So, good setup show, and I'm extremely excited for this Adam Copeland Christian Cage feud. This is going to be very very fun. Full Gear for Adam and Christian.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, they set it up.
Maybe, because that's the other thing you have to think about. That Swerve versus Danielson next week is for a shot at the TNT title.
I think,
and if Danielson is getting involved, or if Swerve wins, that's because Swerve and Christian are 2 extremely heels. They're very much heels. Danielson is a babyface, so I don't really see them doing Christian against Swerve.
They could, because I think, and this
unless,
is just me, I think Swerve needs this.
Unless
more.
Christian loses the belt before, which that's the thing. He doesn't need it, because I'm not saying he doesn't need it, but I'm saying he's not going to be. He's like Ricky. He's not going to lose anything losing to Danielson.
Yeah.
Anything. Nobody's going to lose anything by losing to Danielson at all. Danielson's at that point where it's untouchable for him to, like, for anybody he's in the ring with to get fucked over or get buried by him, because they usually go up after losing to Danielson. So it could either go either way. It's something you have to think about, because that has to intersect some way.
I sent you guys the uncensored version.
I saw it already. I have friends in the UK, and they post the fight stuff sometimes.
Nice.
And but it's like, I think in this case though, with Swerve and Brian, I think Swerve would need a title shot more than Brian does right now, because he's getting off this win with Hangman Adam Page, who the promo all built up was, "I want your spot." So I think Swerve goes over here and then we save this title exchange for whenever Swerve wants it.
That's the thing about the only other thing I could see like why Swerve would get involved in this is because of the element of Nick Wayne and him being directly involved with Nick Wayne. History wise. But Swerve is gonna be him and Ricky are gonna end up with championships.
Oh, 100%.
Very soon. Should Christian lose the title now?
No, not
I don't
yet.
think so. Yeah, it's far too soon for Christian to lose.
But what I think is,
if they want, because also Danielson has history with Adam Copeland because of the WrestleMania main event. Which is funny to think. I didn't just realize that fucking 2/3 of that fucking main event are now in AEW.
It's just like I
Roman
think for like an Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, I think we see that at like at Revolution.
Revolution.
Yeah,
I think because I think
if not
maybe
Revolution, then
Gear,
they drag it to
at Full Gear. You could do a 6-man tag between Adam, Sting, and maybe Danielson or even AR Fox.
Or if the titles or the tag titles are not on the line, Rated FTR versus Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
Because now we have that option of Rated FTR versus the Elite.
Yeah.
As well, too, down the line.
Is that I still think AR Fox could get involved some way because of Nick Wayne. That's probably the primary reason why Nick Wayne, that and what happened at All Out, why Nick Wayne turned on Darby. But yeah, we're gonna get a 6-man eventually with Edge and a combination of whoever versus Nick Wayne, Christian, and Luchasaurus. But we'll see how it plays out.
Wrestler of the week.
I will say though that the I think they should wait till that Revolution to do or the December pay-per-view, if the mythical December pay-per-view, if it happens, to do the Christian Cage Adam Copeland singles match, because it's not going to be one and done.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's going to be a very long feud.
It's going to be like I'm trying to think of a feud that still is very underlining that happens every so often. Kind of like the Bucks and FTR. It's going to be like it's not a lasting feud, but it's still
no. I don't think that at all. I think this is complete shot. I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be like a line. I don't think there's going to be any stopping points where they're doing other things and then coming back to each other. I think this is full speed ahead.
They're going to be attached at the hip for the rest of the time being.
Yeah, I think for about 6 months. This is probably like a 6-month story.
All right.
And I don't think that, like, obviously, even if they don't come together at the end of it, they could still, and when it is over with, they still could, like, do their own things and have their own feuds and come back to each other. But I don't see this stopping, because there's MJF and the Roddy and all that stuff and all that shit. And then there's this. This is probably the number 2 feud in the company, and then probably Swerve and Hangman and all of them. Well, the Don Callis family as well. But this is probably right now the number 2 feud, the number 2 angle in the company. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'm very excited for it, because we can't really predict much, because we don't really have much to go off of right now.
All right. And then I guess the rest of the week, I'm going to take the cheap way out. I'm going to give it to Adam Copeland, because his Pro Wrestling Tees page is finally back up and running. And it has better shirts than the Rated R era shirt that he has out with AEW. You can get your one of many variants of a Sexton Hardcastle shirt. And you can get the shirt that I wanted to get before he returned, but it's too late, which is the Abbey Road Spear shirt, which is just amazing to see. Mike, who do you got for Wrestler of the Week?
I mean, he took it. He took the title for me this week at the very end of the show, Christian Cage. Just for the 3 magic words.
There you go. And Christian.
Oh, you went. What was yours?
I did Adam.
Christian Cage.
Adam Copeland. He did Christian Cage.
Oh, Adam Copeland. I guess this week I'll go with fucking go with Powerhouse Hobbs joining the Don Callis fucking family.
All right.
MJF just responded to Samoa Joe's vignette saying, for fuck's sakes, does anyone not want to kill me in this company? Also, this is just a big...
Max Caster, apparently.
This is also a small gripe with me. AEW shop, when you tweet your stuff about, hey, get the Better Than You Baby shirts from the event exclusives, put in the tweets that it's a front print only and not lead people to the website just to find out it's a front print only. It's kind of fucked up because...
Who's yapping right now? Just yapping.
Fuck you, all right? I'm allowed to have my gripes here. All right? They did this 3 times. 3 fucking times.
Yapping.
Kiss my ass, all right? SMDFB.
FTB.
Yapping.
No, there's no. Suck my dick from behind.
Oh, I thought from the back.
Your mother.
All right, guys. We'll catch you all on Tuesday. Yeah, whoever is here will be here. Beats the shit out of me. All right, guys. Follow. Do whatever you can.